Hey guys, my name's Dean and welcome to my channel. As you can tell, we're going to be doing something a little bit different today. I've saved some pieces off the curb that I am going to try to convert into dog beds. I've never done dog beds before. Y'all are probably thinking, why is he doing dog beds? Now, I'm sure y'all have noticed here lately, I've been posting a lot about the Apollo Sport and Rescue. I've been a supporter of theirs for about 5, maybe 6 years now. But at this time, they have 322 dogs. They are way over capacity and they're not getting in enough donations. So I am trying to use whatever means I can to try to help them out. Here in a couple weeks, Apollo is having a gala where they'll be auctioning off some stuff to try to raise funds. And unfortunately, I am not a rich person, as y'all know, or I would just give them all the funds that I could. But what I do have is my hands and my skills, so I'm gonna try to use those to help them out. So I drove around, grabbed some stuff out of bulk trash that I thought I could convert into some neat dog beds, and I'm gonna see what I can do. I really have no idea at this time how I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna start doing stuff and see how it comes out. This is gonna be hopefully one of 3 beds that I'm gonna build, so stay tuned for the other videos as well. All right, my favorite part, let's get to cutting some stuff up. Okay, so the first thing I did was order some dog bed cushions off of Amazon. That way I could build these to fit those. I'm not going to do the full measurements of the dog bed cushion because I want it to kind of be squeezed in so it stays kind of puffy in there, if that makes sense. So what I ended up with is I'm going to do about 35-inch wide by about 24-inch deep. And that should still compact the cushion a little bit inside instead of just letting it stretch all the way out or having a big gap on the outside. Hopefully. It's the first time doing it, so it's all a guess at this point. I'm going to use my X-Tool laser to cut out some little wooden dog bones to add this piece, just kind of designate it as a dog bed. Not like it's not known, but just figured it'd look cute. I didn't realize that wasn't recording. I had some leftover Timeless Blue by Bear. It's a chalk paint. Figured I'd put that on there first, see how it looks. It always looks really bright when it first goes on, and then after you seal over it, it gets a little darker. And then if we want it even darker, I'll do spray paint glazing on it, but we'll see how it comes out. I'll go through, there's a couple little spackle spots. I don't know if there was some crud in my gun or whatever, but I'll just take a Scotch-Brite pad and just knock those off before I put the next layer on. Okay, I did a couple little touch-up spots. While those are drying, I'm going to try to speed up the process. I'm going to turn it on its back, and we're going to start building legs for it. I'll show you how I do that. All right, we're going to be using 2x2 select pine, which means there's no knots in it, and 1x3 select pine. All right, first thing I'm going to do is get my measurement across here. Okay, it's 36.5. So to get my board that I need to cut here, I'm going to take 3 inches away from 36.5. So it'll be 33.5. And the reason that, I'll show you. So the reason that I say subtract 3 inches is because each one of these 2x2s is actually 1.5 inches. And we're going to have one on each end, so 3 inches. So just take your measurement, subtract 3 inches. So it's 36.5. 3 inches would be 33.5. So we're going to go cut two 33.5 inch boards. So we'll have one here and one down here. All right, now we got our 33.5 inch cut boards. We're going to stick them down here in my Craig jig. We're going to do 2 holes in this way, 2 holes in the top, and then we're going to do holes in this way, and that's what will attach it to the base. Show you in a second. These are going to be our holes that go into our legs on the end. Now what we need is holes that will attach this piece to here, so we're going to go in that way. And you just want to make sure you do all these holes on the same side, so those will be the sides facing in, so you won't see it from the outside of the piece. So if your holes to attach to the legs are here, you want to put all your holes on this side. So this side just looks nice and smooth to the eye from the outside. Now just do the same thing on the other side. Alright, so we got our 2 boards, the one that's going to go this way long ways, the one that goes this way long ways. Now we'll just do the exact same process to get our boards that are going to go this direction. So since this is a dog bed, we of course don't want it very high, but we don't want it sitting on the ground either. So I'm just going to take my 2x2 and I'm going to do double the length of the 1x3s. And that'll be the length of the board. They said I'll cut it just at the same length as this, so I'll cut it about right here. And then I'm going to cut an angle across it right here. Not all the way across because we don't want it coming to a point. I still want to be able to put a nylon floor glide on the bottom of this, so we need a little bit of width. I'm just going to cut a subtle angle. Now because of that, I'm not going to cut this yet. I'm actually going to cut the angle that I want off the end of this first, and then I will cut it to the length I need. That way I've got all this to stand back and hold, which I'll show you in a second, without having to worry about cutting off my little fingers. All right, I'm going to turn my laser on. I'm just putting pressure against the board with the saw blade to hold it in place right now. Then I'm going to take my pencil and I'm just going to lightly make a mark on my saw here. You can use a piece of tape too. I just do a light line with the pencil. It wipes right off whenever I get done. So that way when I go to cut the next ones, they're all identical. I don't know if you can see that with how bright it is out here, but just got a pencil line right there. So I can just take all of them and line them up with that line and should all be the same angle. Now I'm only going to cut this angle on the front too where you see. I'm not going to worry about doing it on the back too since nobody will ever see them. Now I just got to do the other one. And see my hands way back here out of the way so I don't have to worry about losing no fingers. There we go. Now we just need to cut our legs off. Now I just figure out what length I need. Take my little fancy dancy tool thing here. I'm just going to figure out what length I need for my legs. And instead of measuring and marking each one and taking the chance of one being off just a hair, which would make the piece wobble, of course, I want them all to be identical as possible. So I'm just going to lock my clamp down here. So I'm just going to lock this piece of scrap board down here. That way, for every one of my legs, all I have to do is put it up against there, cut it, and I know for a fact they'll all be identical. Now I'm just going to round the edges on these a little bit and knock this sticker off. And that's it, and they're ready to be assembled. Now you can make your own choice on here if you want to put your leg and make it flush, like so, or if you want to put it on here and have a little bit of a lip. I like having a little bit of a lip. I think it just looks a little more fancy. But if you want to make it easy on yourself, you can put it like that, or you can do it like that. We're building fancy dog beds over here. Get that bougie dog bed. These are just pocket hole screws from Craig. Just makes life easy to buy a whole kit. So there you go, there's our legs. Once I get done putting a clear coat, get this top done, then I will attach these to the bottom. Right now I'm just going to go through, clean them up just a little bit with some light grit sandpaper, and I'm going to aerosol clear coat over them just to seal them up. Just need to add a little bling. Make it a bougie bed. So after putting a little bit of thought into it, I think I'm going to go ahead and do my spray paint black glazing on this piece. It's going to darken it up a little bit. It's going to give it a little more of that custom look, so hopefully it'll bring a little bit more money for the foundation. It's only going to take a few minutes to do it, and then we'll clear coat it one last time, put the legs on it, and then call it done. Come on, in your bed. Good boy, lay. Good boy. Is it too small? He didn't think that was funny. Okay. Here. Come on, glasses, in your bed. Glasses, in your bed. No, bed, no, not me. Come on, in your bed. Nope. Glasses, come on. In your bed. Good boy. Lay down. He's like, you expect me to lay down? Go, lay down. Glasses, lay down. Lay. Good boy. Stay. Good boy. Stay. Ain't big enough for that. Good girl, you pretty. This is Fluffy, our senior dog. She's about 14 years old, but she still checks these two big guys. She runs the house. She was a rescue, We had about 20 acres out there that she ran around on with some other dogs. So she's straight country. So she runs everything around here. She's getting up there in age. Sweet girl. This bed fits you though. And she's about 70 pounds. So this is good for about a 70-pound dog. Not my 200-pound dogs. Oh, cuteness overload. So Oogie is 9 months old. He's still very much puppy. He's a little selective about what other dogs he's around. Very playful. He just got out of his kennel for the first time today, so he's got a lot of energy. Look at you, sweet boy. I know you want to play. All that energy. All that energy. Sit. Good boy. All right, let's let you up and play, get some energy out.